Good evening, everybody. Here we are on the last Tuesday of September 2023 as I record this. Hope you've had a great month, a great September. And my focus has very much been around gut health this month as I'm approaching the Gut Health Retreat Day that I'm hosting for ladies on the 11th of October in the Cotswolds. Grab those last few places and do come and join me. Now, today I want to talk about coffee and gut health. As I said, I'm recording this near the end of September 2023. And today I've been on BBC Radio Scotland on Kaye Adams' show to give my views around coffee and gut health. And this is all to do with some things that have come out in the media today. I think it's definitely been written about in the Times, linked to some research that has come from the scientists involved with the Zoe app, Tim Spector's. A lot of people know about Zoe now. That has demonstrated that those who drink coffee and black coffee have a richer diversity and a positive gut microbiome compared to those that don't drink coffee. So I was invited on to BBC Radio Scotland to talk about this today, and I thought I'd follow up by talking about this to explain exactly what I said, but it was only in 5 minutes that we got to talk about it, exactly why I feel this has been shown to be beneficial, what my thoughts are with regards to drinking coffee, how much should you drink, what else can you do to help with the create a really good, robust and diverse, good, beneficial gut microbiome. But first and foremost, let's just do a quick recap for those that may not know enough about it. The microbiome, what is it? Why is it just so important to our health? Well, the gut microbiome, this is the trillions of microorganisms that we find in our gastrointestinal tract. Most of them are going to be found in the colon. We get some in the small intestines. We get some in the stomach. We even have an oral microbiome that can also go on to influence the gut. But the predominant ones are found in the colon, the large intestines. And this is the microorganisms are made up predominantly of bacteria. There'll also be some yeast, there'll be some fungus, there might even be some parasites that are not all considered to be harmful. And they live within our body, within the gut, and they provide benefits to us, provided we provide benefits to them. So it's what we call this sort of synergistic relationship. If we take care of them, they're going to take care of us. So we need to provide a lovely home for them. We need to feed them. We need to make the gut a really nourishing, nurturing place so that these different strains of microorganisms can thrive and flourish. These are the beneficial ones. We know there's probably 1,000 different bacteria species, of which each of us probably have a different, about 160 different ones. And there are some that are very common that we should all have an abundance of, but on the periphery, we'll probably all have some slightly different ones. And this very much comes down to our upbringing, our lifestyle, and of course, our diet that we follow today. So we've got these different bacteria, they live within us, and we need to take care of them so that they can thrive and grow. And if we don't take care of them, then they start to die. We lose some of these beneficial species. But what it actually does is it actually creates space for more pathogenic bacteria to start to thrive and grow. And we now know that these bacteria, the good ones, actually provide benefits to us. But of course, the pathogenic ones are going to more likely to create types of disease within us. We know that 90% of gut health, of our health, starts in the gut. We're learning more about the gut and the mental health, and there's a two-way flow of communication between the two. We know from physical health, there are links between the gut microbiome, things like obesity, diabetes, autoimmune conditions. The list just keeps on growing with the amount of research coming out in this space. So we absolutely have to take care of these bacteria. So going back to coffee, why is it that coffee could be beneficial to our health? Why is it that those that drink coffee may be showing signs of a broader range and a more robust and positive gut microbiome to those that don't drink coffee? Well, every single plant contains plant compounds known as phytonutrients. There's lots of different phytonutrients that we're beginning to understand about and different benefits to our overall health. Well, certainly when we talk about gut health, there are certain plant compounds which we know provide food and fuel to these beneficial bacteria. And these compounds are known as polyphenols. Now, coffee contains a certain type of polyphenol, types of polyphenols known as flavonoids. It might be something you've heard of. And so coffee and the coffee beans contain flavonoids. Flavonoids are a type of polyphenols. Polyphenols act as prebiotic food to feed the gut bacteria. You've got the probiotics that are the actual beneficial bacteria, and you've got prebiotics that provide the food to feed the beneficial bacteria. And so flavonoids are a type of polyphenol. Polyphenols are a type of prebiotic, and coffee beans contain flavonoids. And I believe this is the link between the more positive microbiome aspect found from those coffee drinkers compared to those that aren't drinking coffee. They also help to ward off bad bacteria, the pathogenic bacteria. I think that's because if you've got a more abundant and robust good bacteria, helps to crowd out space for the bad ones. Also helps to provide compounds that create a very healthy and robust gut mucosal barrier. We need to keep a strong mucosal barrier so we don't get intestinal permeability. But my view is, should we be focusing on coffee at the detriment to other foods? And of course, no, we shouldn't. You know, not everything about coffee is good. I love a couple of cups of coffee. You know, like many people, I like to have coffee early on in my day. It's not my first drink of the day, but I do like to have a couple of cups of coffee. There's other benefits that have been found with coffee, but there are also some things we need to be aware of. Coffee is a stimulant. Stimulants create a stress response in the body. It creates the release of adrenaline and cortisol. We don't want to be creating an abundant stress response in the body. We have more than enough stress in our lives to contend with without creating too much by drinking coffee. When we create a stress response with the release of adrenaline, it actually dumps sugar into our bloodstream, and that's to create energy for fight or flight that we don't need if we're just sitting in a chair all day long. So we don't want to keep recreating this stress response in the body. Some people find coffee makes them quite jittery. Through DNA testing, you can see if you've got the ability to actually metabolize and break down coffee, and some people don't do that very well, which is why you get that jittery response. For some people, it can really irritate the gut, particularly the stomach. It can create heartburn and acid reflux. And for some people, it can sort of make stools a little bit looser. So you don't want to be consuming more and more coffee, and you don't want to choose coffee if you think it upsets your body in some way because you've read that actually it's going to be good for the gut microbiome. It's really, really important to keep coffee to a minimum and to focus on those foods that actually provide polyphenols in other forms from our vegetable sources, whether it's onions and garlic, apples, the bright coloured berries like blueberries, pomegranate as well, flax seeds, sesame seeds. These foods are all rich sources of polyphenols, but overall we need a very wide and diverse range of plant foods in our diet to support the gut microbiome and the gut overall. We need to be eating about 40 different plant foods every single week, and it is possible because it's about eating herbs and spices, as well as some pulses and some good whole grains, as well as the vegetables and a little bit of fruit. You know, it's possible. I know it's possible to do that. I've run challenges for people to do that, and it is easily possible to do that. And of course, we should be trying to get more diversity and abundance overall. We should be aiming to try and get 10 plant foods in our diet and vegetables, a little bit of fruit every single day. It's definitely possible to do that. And that's where our focus needs to be. It's absolutely fine to have a little bit of coffee. Yes, it contains flavonoids, and it's great to know we've got these health benefits for the gut and also other aspects of the body, like the liver as well. but we do need to keep it and contain it and not have endless cups of coffee because we've heard some of the benefits. It's tempting to go down that route. Keep it to a minimum. Enjoy your few cups of good quality coffee. Don't add sugar. Don't add artificial sweeteners because they are negative to the gut microbiome. Enjoy your cups of coffee, but really keep the focus on that plant-based diet generally. Hope you found that enjoyable today. Do let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about on my weekly lives here in Facebook and on YouTube if you're watching this. Please let me know, or on podcasts, what other topics you'd like to hear from me. Have a great week, everybody, and see you all next week. Bye.